Greetings everyone, my name is Cedric Chuuma for Financial Insight Zambia, here at the 2023 edition of the Africa Fintech Summit being held at Ciela Resort in Lusaka, Zambia. Right now I'm joined by Chilufya Mutale, who is founder of Premier Credit. Chilufya, how are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you, and thank you for this kind invitation.
Thank you, it's actually a pleasure to have you on the show. So tell us about yourself, your story as Premier Credit, and how you got to your why.
It's a long story, and to summarize it, we started Premier Credit to basically solve one problem, and that problem is lack of access to financial services. We know that 1.7 billion people across the world have no access to financial services, and about 95% of the population in Africa alone, that is about 57% of the population in Africa alone, which is about 95 million people, don't even have a traditional bank account. And you find that SMEs in sub-Saharan Africa, which includes Zambia, are facing a financing gap of over $330 billion. So when we look at that financing gap and we look at who an SME is to us, these are our parents, these are our siblings, our friends, people in the community. These are people who have children, who need to take care of their families, who need to take their kids to school, who need working capital for that business, which is their only livelihood, to sustain them, to keep their families going, and build a future for their children that they're keeping. So when they lack that opportunity, they lack access to finance, you basically block how your economy can grow. So for us to create an enabling platform for an emerging economy like the Zambian economy to grow, we need to empower the SMEs. Did you know that 90% of businesses and 60% of jobs are SMEs in the whole of Africa? So imagine 90% of businesses and 60% of all jobs. So if we empower the SMEs, what are you creating? More employment. If you don't empower them, what are you creating? Unemployment. So for us to build that thriving economy and to produce as a nation, we need to support the SMEs, and that's our why as Premier Credit. It comes from a pain point I experienced growing up, seeing how people that took care of me had to really work very hard in their business and survived on the small loans they were getting from the microfinance institutions because they couldn't access finance from the commercial bank. They were considered unbanked. They were considered underserved. But at the end of the day, it's the same people that raised us, educated us, and we're here today. So I'm giving back to the community the best I can, my all, with passion, with a team of very enthusiastic people that want to drive and champion financial inclusion in sub-Saharan Africa.
That's really an amazing story. Also, your particular firm was part of the ecosystem tour under the Africa Fintech Summit. And I wanted to ask you, what is the importance of summits like this in relationship building for players in different ecosystems across the continent?
So you will find that, like I mentioned, 95 million people in Africa don't have a traditional bank account. But that 95, it's the whole of Africa. What the Fintech Summit does, it brings everybody to one place. So when we're in one place, we're sharing ideas, engaging with other ecosystem builders, think tanks, investors, startup founders, people who are trying to solve similar or the same problem. So when we come together, we collaborate. We create opportunities for partnerships, collaboration, expansion as well. You would find that the same problem you are trying to solve here, you have a solution for it, but it's the same problem in another market where the solution isn't there. So it becomes easier for you to deploy the same solution, partner with someone who's locally on that ground, share that as solution with them, and they are able to deploy it. What they have, you might not have. What you are exchanging is technologies. You share what you have for their market, they share what they have for your market. What are we solving? It's the same people, we just are cut across with boundaries. But it's the same problems that we are facing, the same solutions that we have can also apply in other markets. What additionally the Fintech Summit brings is investors to one place. So there are some entrepreneurs, startup founders who may not afford to travel abroad, to travel across the continent to basically meet with investors, collaborate with them, showcase and tell their story. and explain to them why they're seeking funding, what problems they're trying to solve, what solutions and innovations they've created. Now, if they all come to one place, I just have to show up here and exhibit. We have participants that are pitching today. Basically, pitching is basically telling your story in a short period of time, and people get to ask questions. In those discussions, some investors might even connect you to someone who will be the best fit for you, or connect you to even banks or other institutions that can even provide additional support which you didn't even anticipate. When I was coming here, I had a goal, but what has come out from this event is more things. More things have come up, more than what we expected, and that's what always gets to happen. It's an overwhelming experience, and I encourage every startup founder to attend these events.
Also, you've mentioned about investors being also part of this event. How has it been for you as a Zambian startup raising various series of rounds to finance your businesses, to finance your innovation up to the stage it's reached now?
It hasn't been an easy journey. It's been a rocky journey. It's been a learning curve. It's like passing through fire, knowing that at the end of the day you'll be much stronger, much wiser, much more resilient, but it also builds you in terms of making your entity very resilient, very compliant, very structured. Because if someone is going to come in your business and invest in you, it's like you have a daughter and someone wants to come and marry your daughter. You want to understand who is your daughter going to join? Which family is she going to join? What future is she going to build with this person? It's a relationship. So even with investors, for them to understand your business, they need to know your why. They want to understand, are you really solving a problem? Is your problem massive? Is there an opportunity for you to solve a problem and make profit with purpose? So you are solving a problem, but also giving a return to your key stakeholders who are your investors. So there are many key things they want to see. And they also want to know your team. Do you have a team? Is that team also bought in the vision? Are they also passionate about what you're trying to do? And what are you championing? What is your voice? What is your identity? Who do you represent? What is your purpose? So those are the many factors that they get to look for, and it's it's not easy for some to raise these funds, but there are different opportunities other than just raising from investors. We also have angel investors, and I'm happy there is a community that is being built of Zambian angel investors that are then collaborating, partnering together to then invest in Zambian startups. It's not an easy road, but you can get it. It has happened to Premier Credit. We were bootstrapping with our own funds for a year until we raised our seed round, and are now closing our Series A round.
Oh, congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
I also wanted to ask about uptake of your particular services in the market. You are servicing the unbanked or underbanked part of the population. So how has been reception of your particular solution on the market, and what have you seen from your customers?
So the products and service offerings that we provide, we added various delivery channels so that it makes it very easy and convenient for our customers. We have last mile technology through a USSD application that allows customers, even with feature phones, without internet enabled platforms or smartphones, to basically access our products, and the uptake has been tremendous. We've grown tremendously fast within a very, very short period of time across the country, a very known brand, and we're proud to say we're Zambia's leading and fastest growing fintech.
Oh, that's amazing. And what has been the landscape like in terms of regulators as well as other players in the ecosystem as well, from the time that you started and to how it is now?
I would say it's also growing at a fast rate and in a positive direction. When we started our business, we participated in the Bongo Hive Accelerator program. Basically, that platform connected us to many other founders who were setting up, some who were just at an idea stage, and we went through a 3-month rigorous process where they basically train you, mentor you, help you build and make your business investor ready. So you will find that in this landscape you have a lot of additional accelerator hubs that have emerged other than the Bongo Hive Innovation Hub, and what they do is really support particularly women-owned founders, youth-led enterprises, innovations. We've seen even banks making their own hackathon competitions, mobile network operators also setting that up. They're bringing innovators. We've seen how the public sector, the government has also participated in the STEM programs, and these are starting from colleges, as even high schools, where basically we're bringing and building a culture of innovation right from school. It shouldn't be after you have graduated, you are working, and that's when you can think of what innovation can I do. These things are starting from high school, they're starting from primary school. My daughter is not even in primary school, she's in nursery, but she's in a STEM class.
Wow,
yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Also, you have been in the sector for quite a while, and you've grown into other countries as well. So what do you see is going to be a trend for the fintech sector, and what have you seen as some of the patterns that have emerged as you've been part of the market?
The trend that I've seen as we expand is the use of AI, machine learning, and big data, in how we apply that in the whole customer journey, in how we access a customer, how we market to a customer, how we look for business from a customer, and then also how you basically manage your processes to make them lean. It's more efficient for a startup if you are if you are growing your business in its early stage, to have a lean structure, and you really need to rely on technology that basically takes up most of the human interface. So it makes it much easier. We've seen that accelerate really fast. And AI, not just in fintechs, but also in different kinds of technologies such as health tech, insure tech, and others. And then you know of the car hailing rides, where you have now your Ulendo, your Yango, your Unkago. This is where they rely on technology basically to connect people. So I don't need to stand by the road and raise my hand waiting for a cab. I simply need to use an app, and the cab will come to me. So that's the use of technology just for a different kind of service other than just a financial service. And what we see coming up is open banking. This is where we have integration of different players and basically providing access to information to third parties, so that it becomes easier for innovators to create solutions using data from clients, increasing competition and increasing fair play on the market. What we will see is more affordable, easy access to customer-centric products when we see more of open banking accelerate.
Okay, and what do you have to say to the young Chilufya out there who has a dream and has identified a problem or has an experience similar to you and is trying to get into the market?
To that young Chilufya out there, dream big, never, never, never give up. Dream big always. When you succeed, continue dreaming. It doesn't stop there. At the end of the day, once you start that journey, just know that you don't have to go up. Whatever the situation, always know that if you can't go the straight road, there's a side road. You can go down, you can go up, but you have to make a way. And the way will always be there if you have the willpower and the motivation. The passion should come from inside. If you're really passionate about what you want to do, you will make a way, you will find a way because you have the willpower, and that's within you.
No, it's been amazing having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This has been Cedric Chuuma for Financial Insight Zambia. Get to know.
Stu got his annual bonus and decided to invest it in a side hustle. He took his hard-earned cash and started giving out loans to people he knew and thought he could trust on his own. Weeks later, it was time for people to pay Stu back. But nobody paid him back, and Stu lost all his money. Steve, Stu's workmate, also got his bonus and also decided to invest it. But he knew from before that he needed help doing so. Steve heard about Premier Credit's peer-to-peer lending platform, how he could invest in pre-qualified loan applications from people that have proven they could pay back with interest. Weeks later, Steve still has his bonus and is now enjoying the interest payouts. You can invest smart like Steve too. So, be a Steve and not a Stu. Visit premiercredit.co.zm and start investing today. Investments start from as low as 500 kwacha. Terms and conditions apply.